Hi everybody, this is Pastor Susan and welcome to our conclusion on our 3 weeks of traveling through themes about compassion as we learn to live and love and have compassion like God does. And today our theme is to let God's compassion flow. And I want us to think about what does it look like in God's vision for the world and for our lives. What does that vision look like? And I want to kind of designate between the terms mission and vision. Mission is why we exist, kind of the thing out of which God has called us. Vision is, I like the term that I heard several years ago, vision is God's preferred future. It's not where we are yet, but it is where God is leading us, so that we have this sense of what we should do in the now so that we will be realizing this in the future. And so I'm reading today from Isaiah. Isaiah was a prophet in the Hebrew Bible and one of the largest books in the Hebrew Bible. And so this passage comes from Isaiah chapter 49, verses 8 through 12. And these are words that I would say are telling the people about God's vision of what life can look like when compassion flows. God also says, "When the time's ripe, I answer you. When victory's due, I help you. I form you and use you to reconnect the people with me, to put the land in order, to resettle families on the ruined properties. I tell prisoners, come out, you're free. And those huddled in fear, it's all right, it's safe now. There'll be footstands along all the roads, picnics on all the hills, nobody hungry, nobody thirsty, shade from the sun, shelter from the wind. For the compassionate one guides them, takes them to the best springs. I'll make all my mountains into roads, turn them into a super highway. Look, these coming from far countries and those out of the north, those streaming in from the west, and those from all the way down the Nile." These words that are written in the Message Bible speak to the compassionate one who guides us. And as we are thinking about what compassion entails and these action words that we are called to, that God is working with us as we are compassionate to others. And I think this is a really great passage for us to think about letting God's compassion and love flow through us as we are celebrating the Week of Compassion in the Christian Church Disciples of Christ. This is a part of the church, our larger church, that reaches out to people who are on the edges, those who have suffered natural disasters, those who are struggling mightily, the poor, those who are trying to pull up and have the resources they need in order to have hope. And so we, every year, at this time of the year, take a special offering that goes to Week of Compassion. We can also contribute to Week of Compassion anytime when there's a natural disaster and designate our gift to reach 100% of that gift to reach those who are being hurt by floods and tornadoes and fires and hurricanes and all of those things. So my prayer for us today is to think about how God's compassion can flow through us into the world so that others will know that God loves them. We're going to provide you some information about how you can, with the notes on this, how you can give to Week of Compassion, and you can do it through the church or you can do it directly. So please consider this week an offering to the Week of Compassion and let God's compassion transform you.